Last week's episode of the Kansas Rebuild franchise, we ended up playing in the Alamo Bowl against Colorado State, and we had some great plays by Mills helping us to a victory in the Alamo Bowl and getting another bowl victory. Last year, we ended up 11-2 and won the bowl game against Florida. This year, we win a bowl game against Colorado State 45-22. And in this episode, we're going to go over basically the off-season, preseason type of stuff. So let's go ahead and view the contract of how we did. We went 8-5 on the year. Again, won a bowl game, 2-0 in bowl games since we were hired. Last year, 11-2 and won the Cotton Bowl against Florida. We didn't do as great this year, but we did still do good for the kind of team we have. We're not a top 10 echelon team right now. So the fact that we did great, 8-5 with another bowl victory is a good thing. Going to the hires now, I just want to show you some of the hirings here. Now, we extended our contract. We're going to be at KU for a while. We're looking kind of see if some of our offensive or defensive coordinators leave. It looks like TCU hires the offensive coordinator from Ohio State. Missouri head coach position is up. Let's see who they go after here. Looks like they are going to hire Central Michigan. So the head coach at Central Michigan takes the head coach position at Missouri. Arkansas looking for a head coach as well. They're going to go for the UTEP guy head coach who went 10-4 last year, finds a new home in Arkansas. The next thing we're going to go over is our players and if they're leaving, transferring, that type of thing. Looks like Sean Harrison and Albert Pitts are wanting to transfer, and that really stinks because, to be honest with you, these guys were going to start this year. We redshirted them last year because we wanted them to keep that freshman year of eligibility, but it looks like they're wanting to transfer out, so we're going to hopefully keep them. Looks like Ben Heaney is going to go pro. We're hoping he gets selected. But looks like Heaps in round 2, McKay in round 2, and Ben Heaney in round 3. We'll see if that actually happens. I mean, obviously in real life it didn't. Ben Heaney did get selected actually in the pro draft, but it was after the 3rd round. So we're going to try to keep Albert here, and he's going to be our starter. So let's go ahead and do the will play more than 9 games, because unless he gets hurt, which I don't know if that actually makes sense or anything, but we're going to give him the 9 games. This is going to be tough because his persuasion's barely going up. We gave him 30 tackles. It was still low. Let's just shoot high for this guy and say, you know, something that's 5 maybe. Ooh, okay. Well, it looks like he's leaving. We tried all we can. And now Sean Harrison, let's see if we can get him to stay as well. Yep, looks like so they're both transferring out. So we lose our guys to the pro draft, and we also lose a few transfers going to the pro draft. Looks like the 2nd round, Heaps and McKay were both taken, and Ben Heaney goes in round 3. So congrats to those Jayhawks now in the NFL. Next thing we're going to do is the recruiting. Yes, recruiting is kind of over. We have these points in the offseason that we have to go after these recruits, and we want to make sure that we get a few of them. So we're going to load them on points, kind of just showing you. You can go, I think it's 10,000, or is it 5,000 that you can go up to? But I want to make sure that we get a few guys. So we're going to kind of overload certain guys, and then other guys we're going to be like, well, it'd be great if we get them, but if we don't, we're not really hurt by it. There's a lot of positions that we still need help with, and especially with the departures of the 2 transfers that were supposed to start this year. We're probably needing a new freshman in those spots. So Nick Jack is going to get 2,000 points. Hopefully we can get him with those 2,000 points. Matthew Pittman. Let's see. We got the lead by 540. We're going to hope that Navy doesn't put a lot into him. We're going to give him 500 points. As far as Marquette goes, or Marquette, or whatever his name is, I think I'm going to go 2,000. I'm going to hope that West Virginia doesn't go like astronomically high, but we're also not really needing a halfback. We have 2 great halfbacks right now. A player we are needing is Bruce Horn at that defensive end spot, 69 overall, so we're going to give him 500 points. And then one of our main guys we're going after is Adam Jackson, and we are going to completely load him down. Yes, Utah State's 1,200 behind. If they put 1,285 more points than I do, they can get him. So we're going to go ahead and give him the full 5,000 points. It looks like you can go higher than that, but we only have 10,000 left. And then Jason Gay, again, we're going to change his name if we get him to probably Jason Gray. But it looks like we're 1,000 points ahead of Nebraska right now, so let's go ahead and give him 5,000 as well. I don't really know what the computer does as far as the points they put on players, because I just don't want to find out the hard way that, you know, they put way more into their guys. Like, I don't want to find out they put 5,000 into them and then they end up getting them. Yeah, it looks like a few players that we aren't going to go after now is Ryan. It looks like he would be a quarterback, and we have a freshman quarterback coming in, so we don't really need to push for him. There's no need to take points away from some of the guys we do need on our team, as such like our guards, Nick Jack, and our guard and Pittman, and then our defensive end, Bruce Horn. So we don't want to lose those guys. Don't think we're going to get this halfback. I'm going to try hard. If we don't, it's fine. We have great halfbacks for next year. So recruiting is over. Jason Gay, we did get him. Adam Jackson, got him as well. We got Rob Burton, Nick Jack, looks like Ryan, and then Marquette went to a guy on a different team. Phil Harrison coming to our team. So it looks like we got pretty much everyone that we wanted. So we're excited about that. Let's go ahead. Ryan went to Boise. Bruce Horn, we lost out on him. Looks like we got basically out committed by Iowa State, so unfortunately we couldn't get him. Andrew Pittman, another guy we were going after, we were not able to get him, so it looks like they are putting up some big points as well. Looks like we lost out there. Lewis Gaines, weren't able to get him, and so this is our recruiting class. James Miller going to be our quarterback, 4-star there. Rob Burton, another 4-star halfback. Wide receivers led by Jason Gray, a 5-star guy. 4-star Spurlock as our second wide receiver commit. We love wide receivers. They're going to be used in our passing offense, and that's just kind of the offense we run, and especially in the Big 12. Adam Jackson coming in at a 77 overall as a freshman. Most likely he will start. If he doesn't start, then we might redshirt him. I'm scared to lose some more freshmen, so we'll have to see how the roster looks. Nick Jack going to lead that left guard spot at 69. Taylor Morgan, 66 overall. Defensive end, we got Travis Smith, a huge 3-star recruit, coming in at 72 overall. Defensive tackles, Austin Crooks. Super excited to get him. Yes, he is a JUCO, so obviously the overall is a little higher than a freshman overall, but we're excited about that. We got Andre Oliver at corner, Stephen Berry at corner as well, so super excited for those 3-star recruits. And then TJ McNair, super excited for him. I love getting really good safeties. And then Chris Wright coming at punter, and Desmond Daniels coming in at 79. So him and Jason Gray are top recruits of the season. Now let's go over and see how we did as far as top classes go. So Kansas comes in at number 12, so right under TCU and Texas, both Big 12 foes. Looks like Oklahoma is up there as well, so not doing too bad. Now let's go over to the position changes, see how these players are going to be. Desmond Daniels, a JUCO junior, coming in, and it looks like wide receiver might fit him. Let's look at defense. Corner defense there. Ooh, free safety and 81, so we'll come back. Let's look and see corners. Right now we have an 80 freshman. That will increase because the next thing is the training results. So these guys will increase. Got to keep that in mind when putting them places. It looks like our strong safeties are freshmen. Our free safeties could use help. Not sure what we should do here. He's a stud, straight up stud. We don't really need the quarterback. We don't really need a running back. Let's look at wide receiver, how we're doing here. So we could use the help at wide receiver. We got a bunch of freshmen there. We could use the help wide receiver, but we also did sign Jason Gray, who's probably going to be our number 1, number 2 guy at wide receiver. I kind of recruited him, honestly, to be on the defensive role, and it looks like he would be very, very good on defense. So let's go ahead and throw him in the corner position and see how he does there. Now Ryan McCoy, we kind of got him because he's a big guy and can play a bunch of positions. We're going to put him at right outside linebacker. So training results are in. Michael Cummings coming in at 88. Reggie Robinson, who's probably going to be our starter, coming in at an 85. Kozar going up as well. Deke Mitchell comes in this year. Last year he was redshirted as a freshman. Comes in this year at a 90 overall +6 from the training results. Albert Mills, after his great season last year as a freshman, he comes in as a sophomore at an 86 overall as well. Arian Miller, senior year, coming in at an 80, and Spencer at a 79. Going over to the fullbacks, Alvin Parks, after his freshman year, he increased a little bit. Wide receivers, Brad Chase having a great freshman year. He goes up 3. I thought it would be a little bit more, but he comes in at an 83 overall as a sophomore. Parmalee, as a junior, 79. Gallagher, a young guy that we got last year, he comes in at the 76. Porter, 75. Hyman, 73. And then over to the tight ends, Eric Robbins, freshman, redshirt. Happy to see that. Sophomore at 79. So we're going to have a left tackle showdown. See who gets a starting nod there. Left guard, senior, Damon Martin comes in at an 88. Center, Dylan Admire comes in at an 88 as well. 82 overall for Daniel Burton in that right guard position. Right tackle, looks like Jeremy Underwood's going to win that at a 79 overall. Going to the ends, left end, 79 overall. Right end, Tyler Holmes, 79 overall as well. We'll have to see, kind of move them around. Defensive tackle, Ty McKinney, the senior, coming in at an 88. Left outside linebacker, we're going to play with these guys, kind of move them around. But Love, so far, the starter is senior at an 86. Skylar Miles coming in at a 92 for him, so he's definitely going to be our middle linebacker. Kellen Ash, 78 overall as a sophomore. He had a decent freshman year. We'll have to see how he does this year. Clint Tucker coming in at a freshman redshirt from last year, 84 overall for him. Greg Allen, 84 for him. And then Williams coming in at an 83 as well. Going over to the free safety position, Dexter McDonald, 90 overall senior, so he's going to be one of our main guys, but we are also have some young guys down here at an 80 for Strickland, 70 overall for Johnson. Going over to the strong safety, Darnell Rogers, a freshman, coming in at a 79. Super excited about him, finally getting some playing time after his redshirt year. Lawrence Brown coming in at a sophomore, 73 overall for him. Let's see if he increased any on the kick power. So it does look like he gained 5 kick power, 5 kick accuracy. We're mostly just worried about the power. And then obviously our freshman punter, not on the training results, but we do have a punter. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also feel free to hit that red subscribe button so that you don't miss any Kansas rebuild. Next week, we will be going over the preseason stuff for the Kansas Jayhawks. So we're going to do recruiting. We're going to set home visits. We're going to do all of that stuff in the preseason next week. Until next time, Slacker out.